first time I saw you here, I think it was like 2015. And that's like, if you check back, that like 9 years ago. It's crazy.
Yeah, man. When you believe in something, you stay on it.
For sure. So, first off, right, let's talk about 2024, right? Looking, or 2023, looking back, and 2024 looking forward. It's about to be a crazy year, especially for hip hop, definitely. So it has to be, man. Yeah, I mean, I feel like we should be having more conversations about hip hop because there is kind of like an awakening again, and it's something that we're all here for.
I like that word, awakening. 2023. I mean, I'm speaking about myself now. Yeah. It wasn't a year where I dropped a lot of music. Yeah. It was a hard year personally, and also like musically, I was trying to dig into myself because I knew that 2024 had to be the album year. Yeah. You know, and I needed to tap in and find the stories and find what I wanted it to be about. You know, and I think what I've come into 24 in is that it's now or never. You know, it's now or never. Like, that's the energy I'm bringing into this year.
Mad.
Yeah.
Love that. So the album promised last year. We're getting it this year.
No, there was nothing promised last year.
There was actually.
I never promised an
you
album
did,
last
and
year.
you were dragged.
Pull out that tweet.
It's there.
Pull out the tweet.
But yeah, so what are we expecting 2024? And then you said that you're trying to, does it find yourself, you said now, you know?
I mean, for me, you know, last year, because last year was hard, man, in terms of just like family.
Yeah.
Family, you know, there's a lot of the people in my family are no longer here. And that was hard to do. It's hard to see my mom go through that with the loss of her brother.
Yeah.
You know, my dad, man.
Sorry,
you know, he went through something and it was a 50-50 situation, you know, and I'm just pleased that he's still alive, you know, and all of those things just let me know that it's, like I said, it's now or never. You know, I want to leave this legacy, and I just realized that I have to do it now.
Yeah, speaking of last year, man, and speaking of this year as well, last year was Shut It Down, right?
Yeah.
And a little birdie told me that, you know, your kid was at the beginning of the song. Not a lot of people know that, and it wasn't something that you really wanted to keep, you know, like put out there in the open, you know, but it was art, and you wanted to like, express that art in another way. So first off, tell us about that.
I mean, like, you know, it just made sense at the time. I had this little voice note, and his voice was on there, and it just fit the song. Yeah, it fit the song, and I wanted it to be there. And so when I did that, I did a tiny little visual.
Yeah.
Not as if I didn't want to like loud it. It's just I don't have to loud it. You know, I think that's what keeps things tasteful. You know, when it's dope, it's dope. Yeah, but yeah, my boy was part of that.
Do you think about the fact that maybe you could play this for him like 10 years from now or 15 years from now? I think about the playback memories that he could bring.
I'm really hoping he will find it on his own. You know, I want him to kind of grow up in a very, you know, just have a normal life. Yeah. And that's why I don't really bring him into a lot of my conversations on what I'm doing. I want him to have a normal life and make his own decisions based on, you know, what he has seen.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you were talking 2024 and you're like, it's now or never. So I think I'm just wondering, being the only rapper with Mavens, what does 2024 look like for you, for Ladipoe?
I mean, like I said, it's about the album. You know, I've been working on that the last 4 or 5 months. I've been recording quite aggressively. Yeah. You know, and I've been trying to pull out the stories that I feel like are important and shape the kind of sound that I want. You know, that's another thing, because I've had an idea since my first project, Talk About Poe. I've known that I wanted to do something that really opened things up and involved more people. I feel like my rap style allows more people to participate. I think that, you know, rap has a way of sometimes alienating people, and I want to like bring more people into what I'm trying to do. So I've been refining what that means. So 2024, you can definitely look out for that. And I don't know if I'm the only rapper on Maven, you know. Rema is a trapper. Trappers are kind of rappers as well. But Rema is an everyman, he can do it all. Yeah. So, but more than that, I've been cooking.
Okay.
I've been cooking.
And we're hungry.
I've been cooking for the rap.
I want to talk about something. I love the fact that you touched on rap, especially right here in Nigeria. See, Ladipoe, let's not lie, right? There was a period where I like to use the word. There was a period it was dead. My own personal opinion, right? And that's fine. I could get attacked for it and whatever. But there was a period it was dead. I think after, you know, after MI, that phase went. After like the Bullion Van phase went, there was, I mean, you had a couple of people, but it wasn't a point whereby you had like a rapper having the biggest song in the country and charting for a long time, the way you did with Feeling with Benson, for example. And think about that, right? Do you feel like rap is at a place now where, I mean, they talk about rappers singing, they talk about rappers, being able to do it all, quote and unquote, but still, can you say that rap in Nigeria is at a place where we can say that we're proud of it, or Ladipoe just feels like it's not there yet?
I mean, first and foremost, I feel like everybody's funny when it comes to it. That's where their history becomes funny. And because I remember after like Bullion Van phase, there was Fouls.
Yeah, definitely.
Fouls, there was YC. And they had big records that, Bad Bado Baddest, YC had Juice, he had Omo Alaji. So, I think
it was like one person. Once in a while type of thing.
I think that the idea that hip hop is dead is funny. Because I think that, and you can look at it any way you want to look at it, but I feel like it has evolved. Just like every other big, massive genre in the world has evolved. And not just in Nigeria, even in its home country of America, it's evolved, right? It has evolved in the sense that it has now become so big, it is involved in so many different sounds. Hip-hop is influential in Afrobeats to this day. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Hip-hop is a part of the foundation of modern Afrobeats. If you take hip-hop, you take away part of Burna sound. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it has now started to push other genres up. It has come to do its work. And people adapted it, adopted it, felt it, loved it, and are now taking it and doing their own thing with what they've taken from hip-hop. And you talk about rappers singing. To me, I feel like the best rappers are the ones that realize that they are songwriters. They realize that a rapper is synonymous with the word writer. When I'm rapping, I'm writing my lyrics. Not every singer is a songwriter. Not every singer can write songs, can write verses, but every rapper can write verses. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So if you're a rapper, you're a songwriter. So when you realize that, in addition to be able to rap and kill bars, I also understand how to maybe structure a song. And you realize, okay, this song needs a verse. It also needs a hook. It also needs a bridge. It also needs some dope melodies. And you can do 60, 70, 80, 90% of that. Why should you now say, let me bring somebody else to do it, if you can do it yourself with good taste? Do you understand?
Yeah.
But if you need somebody else's voice, like on Benson's voice on Feeling,
I was about to say that. Yeah.
It was a new sound, and I felt like his voice, we needed a hook, and we needed the hook to be a hook to catch people in, and I'll handle the verse. And that verse was intentionally not the hardest lyrical verse, because the song did not need the hardest lyrical verse. It needed something that was damn near karaoke, so that everybody who says it can say it too. So she can say it too. You might understand some dope, sick, hard lyrics, but she needs to be part of the song, because the song says, I like the way I'm feeling now. So people look at rap and think that it's one thing. Yeah. And they want it to stay in one place, but that puts the artist in a cage. Yeah. And also, bro, I'm not going to take something that came from another country and keep it the same way and keep running with that. That is insane. Yeah. I'm Nigerian. My Nigerianness, we did music. That's why when people talk about rap and they omit names like Zlatan, I laugh.
I think he's amazing.
Bro,
I think he's amazing.
And people are thinking now he's amazing because he was on Wizkid's track. Nigga, look, when he was on,
Killing Them.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Now,
that was it, man.
You're going to say that hip-hop is dead, but you hear a verse on Killing Them that's a rap verse, matching the energy of the Afro beats, the singing Afro beats on the track, and you're going to tell me that hip-hop is dead. It's crazy. What it has done, it has evolved, and it has now started to support other genres in different ways.
So the reason why is a whole lot of people like myself felt like rap was static at a point. You mentioned the period of them YC and Fouls, for example, that period, that 2016, 2017-ish, right? That period where it felt like you needed a rap song to stay as a rap song, and while you're staying as a rap song, don't digress too much, or don't try to,
don't add any melody.
Yeah, don't add anything to it.
It should just be a rap song.
Let it be that way and still be the biggest song in the country. Okay. Because MI did it with MI1, MI2.
Wait, hold on. MI did it with what songs?
With a few songs.
For
example, right? Let's say Action Film. Yes, he mixed it with Brimo.
Okay.
Right?
All right.
But when everybody thinks about what MI did on that song, they kind of like still talk about MI's bars. Oh, this guy can rap. This guy's like he's a fantastic lyricist and everything. So there was that period whereby people just felt like you need to be in that space, keep it that way, and have the biggest song.
I get that. I understand that. Like, I think overall in the whole wide world right now, like lyricism has taken like
different phases.
Yeah, not even just different phases. It's taken like some punches, especially when it comes to rap lyricism. Even like in Yankee, like a lot of hip hop from there evolved into like trap. And trap, what trap really is melodic flows. It's melodic, catchy melodic flows, right? And then drill has now come along. So it's been evolving in the way there too, and it hasn't stayed static there. So I don't understand why people are surprised that it's staying static here. I think it has moved and is doing its own thing. I feel like there's so many dope rappers out there who are highly lyrical. And I think that the one thing I love about my music is there's always going to be lyricism, And I think what you're trying to say is that people want big rap songs
that stay as core rap songs.
That stay as core rap songs.
Yeah. I don't want it that way. I'm just saying.
Oh, you don't want it that way. So like, tell me what you want.
Where it's at right now, whereby rap is not just about lyricism. It's about it being a brand as well, whereby people can feed off the fact that, yes, I haven't dropped a rap song, but everybody knows what I'm all about. I am Ladipoe, and there's a whole lot more to me than just dropping a rap song that is charting. For example, rap has become something more now, and I'm here for it. I'm just saying, like, during that period,
that's what you felt. That's what people felt was really missing.
Exactly. That was what I felt. Remember, I said that at some point, to my taste, it was there at the point whereby you couldn't really brand rap in Nigeria.
But
now
how
you
do
can
feel
do
now?
it.
I think you can do it now.
You can absolutely do it because you have international platforms coming to sign record deals with you guys. And
for sure.
It wasn't like that back in the day.
And I think that's the whole point of like what's been happening with the guys that are on right now is that awakening is good. I think that's a good word to use because there's so many rappers in this space that need the encouragement that it can be done. So when, let's say, a song like Feeling charts, or if it's an Odumodu Black record that is charting, or Black Bones record that is charting, it gives the rappers coming behind that it can be done. And you also can do it in your own unique way, because the thing about those three names I mentioned is that everybody on that name in that list is different.
Agreed.
And everybody's style is their own style. Do you understand? And I think that that's the actual thing we need to encourage. What's going to take rap music up there is having many champions and many superstars, not just one person. And I think we've gone away from that one man mode of if it's just now it's like you can mention 4, 5, 6 names.
That's why when you did stuff like Feeling, for example, people were scared to do something like that for the longest time, whereby they wanted it to be a safe space. That's why I used that word, that there was a period whereby I just felt like it wasn't doing enough until it has rebranded now.
I think for me to be a rap artist in Nigeria right now, you need to be absolutely fearless.
Fam.
And that's where I'm at right now. You just can't tell me how to be you can't tell me how to be a rap artist. I'm a rap artist songwriter. You can't tell me what I am. I'll tell you what I am.
Right. Listening to all this now, I'm wondering here if it's safe to say that now, since we're talking rap and all, that indigenous rap is more mainstream than
I think
English.
Than what, English rap?
Yeah.
I think all join now. Indigenous rap has always been
now today.
I think the biggest like lie is that there's a competition. I think that's the biggest lie. Like, really, when I came into the game, they told me straight point blank, the way they rap, go enter. Do you understand why? Because I wasn't like coming out with like idioms and Yoruba this and Yoruba bars. But now we've proved that to be untrue. So I think the biggest lie is that there's a competition between English rap and indigenous rap. The space is so big that all of it can exist.
Right.
Olamide listens to my stuff. I listen to Olamide's stuff.
Right.
Do you understand?
So there was something you said, right, when people talked about your style of rap when you first came out. Please, did it come with Chardonnay music? Was it Chardonnay music?
Oh, my style. Chardonnay music was definitely Chardonnay music was such a dope time. You're right. Not many people are kind of like rapping that way and getting that kind of like attention. But my own style was even before that. When I was working on stuff like, even when I did Marry Me was my song before Files took that song over. When I was doing stuff for like Adore Her, when I was doing those kind of things, I was crafting my own style, which is like effortless. Like, I want to rap in a way where it just goes, and it's about the tone of voice, it's about the cadence, and it's about the lyricism, and it's about the fact that it flows nicely into the hook. So I was trying to craft something. And then I think that this album is really going to show people the scope of that kind of songwriting that I'm on.
Ladipoe, I can't wait, man.
Yeah.
Long overdue.
I can't wait.
One question just popped.
which song by yourself do you think is the most underrated?
Oof.
All things considered.
Wow.
I think this song is really underrated.
LOTR2. Definitely. LOTR2 is a very underrated rap song. I think that Icon and I did something crazy on that record.
Yeah.
I think Yoruba Samurai is underrated. I think Win Win. I dropped a song called Win Win in 2018. I think that's absolutely completely underrated. And then the song with Thames, Falling. I think that's also underrated as well.
Nice one.
Okay.
Nice one.
Yeah.
Nice one. Nice one. Now, you said something about space for competition and everything. Now, you are one guy that everybody knows that you haven't been involved in. Let me disagree with this person and make it public that I'm this that I don't really agree with what this person says.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody. I kind of get the feeling that this is the first time we're having a conversation, right?
Yeah.
And I get the feeling that you are somebody that if you don't really agree with something, you might not really want to put so much energy into letting people know that you disagree with that thing, right? But we're seeing what's happening, especially right now in the rap space, where it's uncomfortable. But I had Emma here, I think it was last year, but he said conflict is good as well. I don't know why he said that, but he was like, conflict is good. And looking at, because they're both rappers, right? Looking at Odumodu and Dio, I personally am a big fan of both.
Okay.
I didn't like what happened, but there were conversations, Ladipoe. Serious conversations about, oh, remember when Dio did this? Oh, remember when Odumodu did this? People were actually calling out music that people were not really going to listen to on a normal day and making people listen to them all over again. Now, I'm not saying that it was planned or anything, but do you feel like it's part of hip hop, especially even if it happens in Nigeria, whereby people tend to like have public disagreements, call out each other? Is that a space? If it happens, should we welcome it?
I mean, I think if it happens, it's always been part of, like, definitely the hip hop rap space for there to be beef.
Yeah.
And it has become a form of entertainment to the audience. And also sometimes for the artist, it can be like a cleanser because after a while they make up and everybody goes their own way. Jay-Z, Nas, it's not the first time.
Yeah.
And then you're right, there's a side of it that calls attention.
Yeah.
I personally don't believe in it as a strategy because some people use it as a strategy because it brings the wrong kind of fans. I think that you have fans that just came for that energy and not necessarily because they think you're dope. But as soon as you say you go slap this guy, I don't want to know if it's going to escalate, So to me, I can see how people use it as enjoy it, use it as a tool. For me personally, I don't really try to stay away from beef. I guess it's just kind of like my energy hasn't really come my way. I feel like watching the Odumodu Black Dio thing play out, I was just reading and laughing to myself. I feel like if anything is going to be said, if it's real, it should be said to the person's face. And if anybody comes and says anything publicly, if their statements made publicly, the resolution of that P God's day public as well.
I agree, 100%.
Yeah,
I agree.
Lord have mercy.
I
So
agree.
what exactly would it take to have Ladipoe on a song? Because, correct me if I'm wrong, I think it's more of Ladipoe featuring than someone featuring
I don't know
Ladipoe.
about that. Shout out to Ladipoe and I did a song called If You Be Me last year.
I love that, by the way.
Yeah, I did a couple of features last year. Some are loading for this year. So for me, it's all about meeting me in the right place, the right time.
Okay.
Of course, there's some people that have hit me up. I've not got. Look, man, if I owe you a verse, it's
confession
love.
time.
It's love.
Yeah.
I'm working on the album. I'm sorry. And my energy is like this. Once I get into album mode, it's very hard for me to give out a verse because if I like that verse, I want it for myself.
Right.
Yes, there's a
Okay.
selfishness that takes over.
That's
Okay.
fine.
It's possible.
That-
But
Yeah.
my
that's
manager Emmanuel is here. Hit him up.
Okay.
Hit the boy up.
All right. Okay. So, you've already talked about hip hop in Nigeria. You've gone to the past, talked about the future, the last 1 year. Now, right? You've mentioned a few names, and aside yourself, because I feel like you're holding that torch, and I feel like you're still running with that torch.
Yeah.
But aside yourself, who are the two other people you can say can stand the test of time right now?
It's the test of time.
Yeah, like in let's say in 5 years' time, there will still be conversations being had about these people.
I think one of the first things I learned about the game is that you can't call it. You can't see who's going to be up, who's going to be down. I think that was a very necessary lesson for me to learn. It humbled me right down.
Yeah.
So I think for me, it's more interesting of who do I feel, who do I want to see
Okay.
up.
All right.
Mojo. I say Mojo because I think Mojo is such a dope, elite lyricist. and witty rapper, how he blends his Yoruba and English and how he comes at it. And I just think that even he's just watching his videos, the boy is fire. So that's somebody I feel like if he breaks into the scene, wahala,
it's gonna be a problem.
I think so.
Right.
I think so for sure.
Who else?
I feel like I think that who would I see?
I know this is a hard one. I don't know.
I mean, because guys that are up right now, that are popping right now, but it's never been about that.
Yeah.
This guy that does this Pluto stuff, I feel like
Ladipoe.
Yeah, because I feel like I feel like he has cracked one kind of code like this that is a very different kind of code, and I think because of that, people think he's going to be here for a short period of time.
And you don't think so?
I don't think so. I think that he's gonna like surprise people. And then Life Size Teddy is a female lyricist.
Yeah.
And I say that it's important to point out that she's a girl because of the level at which she raps, and a lot of people haven't seen that in a long time. And I think that the time has come for those kind of chains to be broken in people's minds on like what rappers are, and she's doing it on a level that is like, man, once it connects,
it's over.
Like, because like also the branding as well too is nice, cute, it's hitting, so I think things like that are this is the big, because you're talking to me about 5 years, bro.
It's a lot.
I think it's easy for people to be short-sighted and talk about the guys that are hot right now.
Yeah.
But I think it's about the people who are disruptive. That's why I think those are the ones that are gonna stay.
All right. So you said something about energy when I asked about collaboration and all, and it made me remember listening to My Guy with Shmurda, and I wanted to ask if that was done in the same studio. Was it?
Oh, Guyman. Guyman was in the same studio. We pulled up to Bella's house. Like I had the first verse. First and foremost, man, I think that was one of my hardest verses. See, this is the thing. See, I did rap and I be rapping, and people be acting as if they don't know that. See, I'll tell you one thing. Half of the narrative of that is the issue with hip-hop music and rap music in Nigeria comes from the audience just being on an old operating system.
I agree.
The OS is old.
I agree.
Right? And it needs things like what people like Odumodu is doing. Like Odumodu has come in a way that is so forceful and is linking with all the biggest guys in the game. And that allows people to see that it can be on the highest level, because we need the perception of it as well to move. But the thing is, half of the issue is that the audience is still in 2012 while we are in 2024. With our stuff. I think the verse on Guyman was so elite. It's one of the hardest verses I feel like I've dropped in a while. And that was in the same studio. Pulled up to Bella's house. Bella's a nice guy. Welcomed us. Yoruba boy is very hospitable and everything. His nice big house. He has done well for himself. And big shout out to Bella. Showed a lot of love, and I really like Guyman. It was an experiment for me. I'm always experimenting. Half of my music is just like me just trying something new, and it's kind of led me to where I am right now. What you guys are gonna hear on the album, but Guyman was dope. I pulled up to Bella's house one time.
Right. So I saw one tweet where you said R&B is just as important as hip hop, right?
For sure. My inspirations.
Yeah. So, but like, have you always been listening to more R&B or hip hop for you to be able to is it merge now or? Yeah.
I mean, growing up, like it was a point where they came together. It was a double. It was a package. It was a package deal. As you're hearing rap, you're hearing hip hop. Whether it was Ja Rule and Ashanti, or whether it was like Jenny Aiko and Donald Glover. Is it Donald Glover? His name is Donald Glover.
Donald Glover. Childish Gambino.
You know what I'm saying? So the rap and the R&B were coming together. So it's like, how do you ignore exactly? Yeah. So a lot of my influences definitely come from that space. Then they now started to drag me when I said that, because they said that means that Wizkid inspired me, and I'm like, I don't understand the connection between
Wiz and R&B
in that sense. And I'm like, Wiz he's not a musical inspiration, but obviously like he himself is an inspiration. And I listen to Wiz's music and I love Wiz's music. I know where Joe Legba the special place I have for Joe Legba in my life. So it's like, just because his music doesn't inspire my music doesn't mean that I don't think it's dope. So, but Wizkid FC I love them. Let me just leave
important disclaimer. Now, real quick, right? Just before, because we wish we had more time to do this, right? Writing camp, right? I have a lot of little birds. Writing camp in Ghana, right? And how that merges to what you have cooking. are we going to see some type of, either by features, by style, or by whatever, like, are we going to see a lot of Ghanaian flavor, even if it's just a little bit, in what is upcoming? Yes, because I know, it's just writing camp. We just isolate it, but still.
What you talking about in the album or in the music this year?
In the album.
I mean, there might be a splash in terms of my music and in terms of features. Yes.
Okay.
I feel like Accra, my relationship with Accra especially, has just grown in an organic way. Whenever I go, the love is nice. It's been slowly building, and I've connected with some of the people there. I connected with Kiddy when I went. I connected with this boy who's on the come up. What's his name? Arada J. I like that boy so much. So I did, some stuff that I don't want to say, but like, we worked, and I think that relationship between Ghana and Nigeria is always going to be a close one. So,
all right,
yeah, you're gonna get some of that flavor.
All right.
Okay.
I need to know.
So yeah, Ladipoe has bars for days. See him on Twitter. He's spitting and spitting and spitting. Now I'm asking: is it because it's important to engage with the fans, or is just because it's something you've always loved to do?
What, rap music?
That's tweeting. No. Okay. You and your fans on Twitter, you're heavy there, like always, replying. And
please let my record label know that I'm heavy on the streets, because they don't believe me when I tell them I'm out there.
You are.
No, for me, the relationship between me and my lifelines is genuine. I call my fans my lifelines, if you don't know. I think I have been the kind of person that creates in isolation, so I like to remove myself a lot of times. But I think now I've understood over time, over personal experience, you really don't want to hide from your audience base. You want to talk to them. You want to open conversation. I want to do some events this year that they can come, pull up, meet me.
Have an intimate setting kind of
well,
thing.
yeah, actually one of the things that's on my mind right now is like, man, I have all these performance outfits. I need to get rid of them. So it's like, pull up, let's do a yard sale. Like, come and link up with Paul.
Okay.
Maybe I might play something off the album. I don't know. But more than anything, though, that connection between me and the lifelines can never be broken again with silence. Yeah, we're outside.
It sounds like a Johnny Drill thing.
Hey, Johnny is another guy. Johnny is actually a big inspiration when it comes to like fan engagement too. Big shout out to my boy Johnny Drill. Congratulations, bro, on the baby.
Yeah.
So I'm beefing Johnny. Right. Reason being is I've dated a lot of people that like him. I'm sure I'm not the only one facing that problem. I promise you.
Jealous of the guy.
Nah, man. All I can say is big shout out to the girlfriends out there that are putting their boyfriends on my music.
Man.
Yeah,
okay.
Those girls are a huge sellout. Those girls, don't play with them. Like,
man. And my female fan base is the best.
They don't play like they don't.
Best.
They will ride for you till tomorrow.
Tara Joy.
No, but I am there.
Are you sure about that?
Yes,
are
I
you
am.
really a lifeline?
I am.
We'll test. We'll find out.
We'll find out, right?
We'll find out.
There we go. All right. So I feel like you should do a freestyle.
Oh man, I knew it.
I feel like we should do a freestyle.
I feel like
I just want one.
And with a big bang.
It's not every day you get Ladipoe in the studio. You feel me? So let's. I have one in mind, right? Because I think that it's not a rap song, but I feel like the beat, in a way, right, showcases African music, how fine and how fantastic it can be, how versatile it can be. And when you speak of versatility, I feel like this beat definitely goes a long way. It's Burna Boy, City Boy.
City Boy. I like that.
Yeah.
I just let him know today that you guys were gonna do
okay.
You snitch, bro. It's fine. It's Burna
But he
Boy.
doesn't even like. If you catch him unawares, he's still going to spit.
It's gonna. I believe in Ladipoe.
Yeah, like.
When they told me that, I was like, I have to put some down on my phone just in case you ask me this question.
Yeah.
So I have a little bit in my mind for City Boy. Also because I like that beat, and also, bro, that beat is actually kind of hip hop.
Yeah,
Right.
it is. It is.
It's actually kind of a hip hop.
Very versatile.
Yeah.
So, are you ready, Ladipoe?
Bro, as I'll ever be, man.
Let's
Get
go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Okay. Run it back. Let's go.
Okay.
Yeah. Yo, KC. Look, I should charge for freestyles or your cash, please. Ask me if I'm doing great. Gatsby, hard to be the goat and the black sheep. Even harder being the cash cow. Somehow it still attracts beef. City boy here on City FM. Same Lagos, but see the difference between me and them. Industry bros, steady switching up. Nepa to gen, so I keep enemies close. Get mistaken for friends. Now they watch me taking offense. I'm so petty, nigga, I did vex so. Boys with no invite, they talk about the dress code. You ain't over there, your POV is someone said so. Don't have a voice, not even read an echo. I pull up in this car from the get-go. Lebanese niggas in the streets and I don't know if I'm allowed to swear on this.
It's right, go ahead.
I kind of took it to. I took it to another place there. Big shout out to my Lebanese family out here, you know, and everything like that. But yeah, City Boy is actually.
You wrote that a few minutes ago.
Yeah, on the way here, he was like, oh, you know, they might hit you with a freestyle.
Yeah.
You know, so I started to put like 1 or 2 quick ideas.
A big shout out to Michael from Alimo Show. It says pull for a reason.
Right.
Not
Hey.
Ladipoe.
The fact that he said pull for a reason, it actually means he's a real lifeline.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I just remembered when you said freestyle. There's one song, I don't know if it's Gaiman again, that you said it was freestyle from start to finish. Was it that?
No, win-win.
Yeah,
win-win. Yeah, win-win.
Win-win.
I pretty much is just like doing stuff.
Is there any other song that you've done that?
No, I think win-win is the main one. I think there might be one more. It's not out yet.
Okay.
You know, yeah. So, but I gotta call me Poe for a reason because my name obviously was Poe. Now it's
Yeah.
Ladipoe. Anybody who doesn't know Poe is Ladipoe. Come on, catch up.
Michael. His name is Michael.
Michael, shout out to you, bro.
All right. Ladipoe, when the album drops, you gotta be here, man.
Yeah, man,
Gotta be
for
here.
sure. I think
Gotta
City
be here.
FM, you guys is family at this point. Big shout out to everybody listening to City. You know, it's Ladipoe on the radio.
But you knew that.
Not Ladipoe. We'll be right back. Stick around.